This is kind of my first festival season ever. Even as a punter, I never really did the festival thing. So everything feels really new and I'm like getting into it. But I'm kind of feeling like I've missed out the past 5 years of my music life. I play with an amazing band and my brother and sister are in the band, which is kind of cool to have them on the road. I guess it feels natural for us because we've grown up playing music and jamming together when we were kids. It kind of feels like we're just doing it on a bigger stage, which is great. And then the challenge of like getting a feel for a festival and an audience and the vibe, and then sort of vibing off of their excitement is there are similarities between that and maybe doing a church gig or doing a recital in university, which I used to hate. Like, the responsibilities, I guess, are still the same, but it helps environments like this because you're kind of encouraged to just be in your music and you don't have to do anything else. My team kept coming up before we were going on stage saying, oh, there's not many people here, like, you know, just it's all good, just play it within the band, it'll be cool, it'll be fine. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So looking out just before we went on and seeing like people from the front row to the back was kind of insane. And I know we were the first one on today in that space. So I think for me today, the audience were the stars. Normally I have two extremes. Either it's like a jazz crowd where they're all quiet and they don't say anything until the end and it's like pitter patter, or people are just so drunk they just clap and shout to anything. But today you kind of have people just really quiet and engaged in the songs. The bigger gigs are always a different sort of challenge because I guess there's sort of intricacies in my music that if there's loads of noise or you can hear something from the other stage, you're really not going to get it. So then we have to try and draw on another strength or other elements to try and get it across. The intimate venues are sort of much more impactful, and I guess because on the album I was using 22 plus musicians, whereas there were 6 of us on stage. You know, we're trying to make that epic sound, but everybody was super engaged during the songs and then really responsive afterwards. So I think at first, like, even with the Glastonbury stage, the Pyramid stage, I was a little bit intimidated by how big the whole thing was and how are we going to fill that space. But I think as we've done more festivals, and I think this is the last gig that we're doing in July, which for us is, it's good to end on a high. It's been perfect, really.